Picture a brilliant detective handed a massive case file, but forced to sit in a dark room and answer questions entirely from memory. Eventually they guess. That's what happens when your LLM gives a confident, authoritative answer that is completely dead wrong, hallucinating facts because it's severed from your actual data. Look at the top left corner where bold white text spells out RAG. Right below it on the left side of the screen, you can see teams cheering as they build massive ingestion pipelines, churning through documents and text chunks into vector databases. But follow the red warning sign pointing to the middle path. All that hard work breaks the second you try to retrieve the right context. By the end of this video, you'll know how to pinpoint exactly where your pipeline leaks context so you can stop shipping broken hallucinations to production. Here's the kicker that catches most engineers off guard. Building a great vector search doesn't mean your model will give better answers. Look at the center panel labeled Component A for augmentation, where disconnected content floats around a confused user icon. You can retrieve perfectly relevant chunks, but if they aren't formatted or grounded properly, your generator still fails. Move your eyes to the right panel under Component G, where a big red X marks the output box. The system looks complete on paper, yet it spits out an incorrect answer anyway. Trace this flow from left to right and look at that label at the bottom, the end-to-end illusion. When teams build these three components in isolated silos, context breaks down at every handoff. Two tools dominate this retrieval space in production today: Pinecone and Qdrant. Pinecone gives you a fully managed serverless vector database out of the box, while Qdrant gives you open source control with hybrid search capabilities built directly into its core. When your pipeline operates in silos, your retrieval is just expensive noise. Now that you see how isolated components ruin generation, let's look at the exact chunking strategies that cause these retrieval failures in the first place. Imagine hiring a brilliant researcher who knows history inside out, but giving them today's newspapers to read right before answering your questions. That is what a complete end-to-end pipeline actually does. Look at the far left under step 1, where raw documents, PDFs, and cloud storage flow into an ingestion engine. Follow the glowing blue path into step 2, where those documents get chopped into bite-sized text chunks. Now look at step 3 at the top center. An embedding model translates those text chunks into dense numeric vectors that capture true semantic meaning. Here is what trips up most teams. Your vector database does not actually understand your text. It only understands geometry and coordinates in space. That glowing cylinder marked step 4 is where those vector embeddings sit, waiting for search queries. Two tools power this stage in production today: LlamaIndex and LangChain. LlamaIndex excels at deep data parsing and indexing, while LangChain provides broader orchestration frameworks for complex workflows. Trace the arrow to the right towards step 5. When a user asks a question, the system converts that query into an embedding, matches it against the database, and pulls out the closest matching chunks. Finally, look at step 6 at the bottom right. The pipeline packs those retrieved chunks into a clean prompt context and passes them to the LLM to generate a grounded answer. Context in equals correctness out. Now let us look at the architecture that puts this mechanism into production. Now we have to construct the actual machinery, starting on the left with the top panel. Number 1, the ingestion pipeline. Think of this like setting up a factory intake. You are feeding raw materials, the PDF and docs icons you see, into a processing line. The data source interface is your critical gateway, often just an API that brings this data to the splitter, also called the chunking component. This is where your first major engineering decision happens, deciding how to cut that data without losing the plot. Follow that data path to the right to the embedding model component. This interface takes your text chunks and translates them into numbers. Most engineers forget that the quality of your answer is locked by the precision of this exact model, not the large model later. You must pick an embedding dimension and a model family right here, forming an immutable contract with the component that follows, the big cube stack labeled vector database. This database doesn't store text, it stores geometry. It must run HNSW algorithms for approximate nearest neighbor search just to keep up with your queries. When a question comes in, the whole factory reverses, starting at the number 2 panel, the query pipeline. A user query on the left gets instantly transformed by that same embedding model on the right. Here is the pattern interrupt. You're embedding twice, once for documents and once for the question. Your vector database interface now handles a top case similarity search, pulling out the context chunks. For production vector search, two tools dominate, Pinecone and Milvus. Pinecone gives you a fully managed, serverless vector database that scales instantly, while Milvus provides an open source, highly customizable cluster you can deploy on your own infrastructure. Finally, trace that retrieval path down to the number 3 panel, the generation pipeline. Those retrieved context chunks meet the original user query on the far left. The context augmentation component merges them, feeding the result into the prompt engineering block. This interface is often just a formatted text string. That augmented prompt goes to the large language model icon, that brain on a chip you see, the final output on the right. The answer is not a logical derivation, it is just statistical word prediction grounded only by the context you retrieved. Garbage in, garbage out. Next, let us see exactly how a real production system implements this at scale. You've built the architecture, now let's make it real. Imagine Perplexity or Notion AI handling millions of queries per second. Every component is now a microservice with a literal stopwatch. On the top left, under ingestion, raw documents are ingested within 50 milliseconds. The chunking and embedding, sitting right below it, must complete in 150 milliseconds. Here is the pattern interrupt. You are already 200 milliseconds down, and the model hasn't even looked at a prompt yet. To hit that sub 2 second SLA at the bottom, every millisecond you save on the left must be preserved for the generation stage on the right. Follow the data path to the center where the vector database cube sits. Production scaling means choosing a backend, and two tools solved this today: Milvus and Pinecone. Pinecone gives you a fully managed serverless experience, freeing you from managing complex clusters, whereas Milvus is an open source, highly customizable engine, giving you full control when self-hosting. In a massive setup like Notion's, that vector DB retrieval must happen in 200 milliseconds. That entire block on the bottom center, retrieval and re-ranking, is allocated 250 milliseconds. It combines classic search like BM25 with neural re-ranking to optimize those results for context. Look at that generation block on the right. This is where your latency budget gets decimated. Even with optimization, feeding those context chunks into GPT-4 or Claude eats up 1.1 seconds. The LLM is almost always the bottleneck. To ship this at production scale, you are caching aggressively and optimizing your retrieval depth, perhaps getting 50 context chunks down to the top 5 before they hit the generation stage. The system then delivers that final answer on the right in another 250 milliseconds. If you don't scale horizontally with caching layers shown at the very bottom, your latency spikes and the whole system crashes. Production RAG isn't just about accuracy, it is a race. Now let us talk about what building this means for you as an engineer in 2026. You see that label at the bottom on the right, key challenges only in production. That is the entire ball game for you in 2026. In an interview, nobody is going to ask you how to call an API. They're going to ask you how to prevent grounding issues in your LLM and how to monitor for stale caches without tanking performance. Look at that warning sign near augmentation, latency spikes between stages. That's the difference between a prototype that works on your laptop and a system that actually serves users at scale. To build this right, you need deep visibility into every hop of the data flow. Two tools solve this today: Datadog and Weights and Biases. Datadog handles full stack observability for your entire architecture, while Weights and Biases specializes in tracking model-specific latency and evaluation metrics inside the production pipeline. Now trace this pipeline visually. from the data ingestion on the left, past the vector database, all the way to that final answer on the right. Notice how many engineers are needed. One near ingestion, another near retrieval, a third near generation. This infographic is lying to you. Those are not different people. They cannot operate as team silos, which you see warned against on the bottom left. Here is the pattern interrupt. In 2026, the best RAG engineer is not an LLM specialist. The best RAG engineer is a systems integration expert who understands context preservation better than prompt engineering. The strongest career signal you can send is not having built one RAG. It's having maintained one in production that successfully kept up with dynamic data and user scale. When you run an end-to-end pipeline, you aren't just connecting services, you're engineering context. If this breakdown helped you see the engineering reality behind the hype, hit subscribe so you can catch our next specific deep dive into advanced context chunking. Then click the link in the description to watch our related video on optimizing vector database performance for production. We do a new RAG breakdown every single week.